Welcome to Banquet Breakdown.
I'm Jack.
I'm Sarah.
And we break down fictional relationships so you don't have to.
Welcome back, everyone, to Banquet Breakdown. How you doing, Sarah?
I'm doing great, Jack. How are you?
Doing good. I'm excited for what we're talking about today.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Before we dive in, what's the sip today?
Oh, my sip is a classic. Raspberry bubbly.
Raspberry bubbly.
Yes.
Sparkling water.
Has to be my favorite. Yeah. Kind of boring, but I'm also kind of regretting that choice. I feel like I might need some caffeine at some point.
Yeah. Both of us are going kind of different today. And
we are.
My
Yes,
drink
what's
is
your
not
sip?
in a mug today. It's just in kind of like a fancy glass. But
Yeah.
my sip is the mango peach ginger ale.
Okay.
So
and how's the first sip?
It's good. It's
You
good.
like it?
Yeah, it's not my favorite, but it's not the worst either.
Okay. Interesting. Yes. It's
I
not
think
the
it's good.
It's not the worst.
It's not the worst. Okay, well, what are we talking about today?
Oh my goodness. I'm so excited for this one. We're talking about people we met on vacation.
Yeah.
And both the book and the movie.
Yep.
So the movie at this point has been out already for a little while, a few weeks.
A couple weeks, yeah.
And the book's been out for a few years.
Yep.
But we're going to talk about both the book and the movie. So, spoiler alert already.
Yeah.
You should know by now. We're not holding back. So,
Yeah, so if you haven't watched the movie, if you haven't read the book, maybe don't listen to this episode until you have. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's a very fun story.
It
and
is.
We're excited to just dive in
Yeah.
and talk about it. So even if you haven't watched it and you want to know about it,
maybe we'll convince you to read the book or to watch the movie.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So to give kind of an overview of what happens, the main characters in both the book and the movie are Poppy and Alex.
Yeah.
The book is by Emily Henry, and she helped produce the movie as well. So I think it really did feel cohesive, I think. Mm-hmm. We've both read the book.
Yes.
And we've both now watched the movie.
Yes.
Important to say, I think.
Yeah. It has been a while for me, and I have a terrible memory. So you just read the book recently.
More recently.
And I read it when it first came out, which was a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So it's been a little while.
Yeah. But basically, it just follows this unlikely friendship. They kind of form this friendship together through kind of a random thing. They end up at the same college, find out they're from the same hometown, and Alex agrees to give Poppy a ride home. And they meet, and you would immediately notice that they're very different. Mm-hmm. Poppy is kind of just this go with the flow, do whatever she wants. She's kind of a tornado a bit. In not a bad way necessarily.
In a good way.
She just is very like I'm going to do whatever. She's big ambitions for her life.
Free-spirited.
Yeah, wants to travel, wants to do all these things. And Alex is very type A. He's like, I asked you to be here on time. Like, I want it this way. Let's just not talk while we're driving.
Yeah.
Like, he just is very focused, very driven, and has clear goals in his life.
Yeah.
And knows what he wants. And so the book and the movie both follow these flashbacks because out of this friendship comes this agreement that they make to go on vacation for 1 week every summer together. And then the book and the movie pick up in present day where they haven't spoken in 2 years and you don't really know why. Yeah. And the book and the movie kind of explore that flashback to different summers, different vacations they've had together. And then they go to the present day where Millie,
my baby wants me.
They flash back to these different vacations and then flash forward in time to the present day where she ends up going to a wedding. The book and the movie, they have different settings for where this is happening and different reasons for why they end up traveling. But they end up spending time together after not talking for 2 years. And it's just really interesting to see their friendship over the years throughout these flashbacks as well. And they really do kind of hit the mark on the friends to lovers trope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Their whole arc is really interesting to see. And I like, too, that you get to have those flashbacks because you're seeing them in present day. You get to know them first in present day, but then you are getting to see, okay, what was past Alex like? And I think the past flashbacks go over the course of 8 years, right? Or
Yeah,
8 or 10 years.
Yeah, 8 to 10 years.
Yeah. So it's a decent amount of time that you're getting to really know them.
Yeah, and
pretty much all of their 20s, I think.
And this is one area where, like, the book includes more flashbacks.
Yes.
They kind of do in the movie every 2 years. Like,
yes.
They do flashback to 8 years, 6 years, 4 years, and then 2 years when they have the kind of rift that happens.
But there is more in the book.
Yeah, there's more in the book. Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, when I guess first of all, I need to point out that we had made plans to watch this together.
Yes.
Okay, I have to call you out on this because we had made plans to watch this together, and then those plans changed because some things came up for work, I think for me.
Yeah.
And then we were going to watch it with my sister-in-law. And then Jacqueline decided, where are you going? You have to stay there. She's like, I want a bed.
Yeah.
Anyways, so you then decided you couldn't wait, and you watched it right away.
I did. And in my defense, I had more recently read the book, and I was so hyped about the movie. I literally marked it on my calendar even before we had agreed to watch it together. So then when the plans changed and we couldn't watch it together the weekend it came out, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a solo date and just watch this by myself. My husband was working. I was like, I'm bored.
And then
I'm
I think you watched it twice before we actually got to it, which we only got to like maybe a week later.
To be fair, we had to reschedule again.
Yes. That's right. That's right.
Then I watched it again when we were supposed to.
Oh my word, yeah. Yes. So then I have seen it a few times. You've seen it more than that.
Yeah, I've seen it 3 times now. I haven't watched it since we watched it together.
2 times. Yeah. Okay. I've seen it 2 times. But yeah, so how did it, like, did it live up to your expectations? Because you've read the book so recently.
Yeah.
Like, how did you feel about the movie to book?
Yeah, this is, I feel like I might have a hot take with this because I read People We Meet on Vacation after reading a few other Emily Henry books.
Yes.
So I had read Happy Place, Funny Story, and then I think, Book Lovers I had read prior to reading this one. And it was my least favorite out of all the ones that I had read by her. Not to say it was a bad book. Like, it's still a good book. I still rated it pretty high.
But out of all
the other ones that I had read by Emily Henry, it was the last on the list. And so I wasn't like... I was really curious to see what they were going to do with the movie. I was really excited when I found out they were casting Emily Bader because I loved her in My Lady Jane. We should talk about that.
We need to talk about that in the future.
Such a good show. If you have not watched it, they canceled season 2 and beyond, but the first season is gold. Either way, you should watch it. Highly recommend.
Yeah.
But Emily Bader is brilliant in that, and so when I found out that they were casting her as Poppy, I was really excited. I was like, I think she could do that character justice. I think she could do it really well. I was a little hesitant about Tom Blythe, just because I did not like the Hunger Games movie that he was in. Hunger Games is like, I don't do well with kind of like realistic gore, so that's more, I love the Hunger Games movies, but then the spin-off one that they did was like a lot. You see them do a lot of things we don't need to talk about today.
The prequels.
So his character was kind of scary in that too, so I wasn't sure how that was going to translate into a rom-com. But I loved the pairing of them together, and I actually think the movie made me love the story more. And so I think in that regard, I might actually prefer the movie in this case. Okay. But I think the book to movie adaptation is one of the best I've ever seen. Yeah. And I think the characters were really embodied by the actors. Yeah. And the chemistry was there. I really enjoyed it. It felt like the book. Yeah. Which they don't often hit that, where it's like, yes, you can get the characters right and you can hire good actors and stuff, but if you don't have the heart of the story and the vibe of the whole story be the same, then that's where it kind of falls flat. Yeah. But I think they did a really good job of keeping like the lighthearted, fun vibe while also just showing these characters go through real life stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah. I agree. Like, I think they did a really good job of it because, in the book you get a lot more detail of those 8 to 10 years or whatever it is, and kind of more of their friendship and relationship and how it evolves. But I do think that there's only so much of that you can show in a movie anyways. So I think they picked good ones to show and key moments to show. And the actors as well, like, man, just good casting.
Such good casting.
Like, really good casting. And they're both just really solid actors. I would agree, like, with Tom Blythe, I didn't know him except from The Hunger Games.
Yeah.
And I love the Hunger Games series, loved that movie. But, I really felt like I was a little hesitant because I'm like, oh, I don't know what he could be like in a romance movie or whatever. Yeah. But, like, here's my hot take, okay? Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I think quite possibly, I don't even know if I should say this. Like, I might get hate for this.
Sarah.
I think Steve Harrington is out. And I think Tom Blythe is in.
Really? You think so?
I think so. Like,
you liked it that much?
I liked him in that movie.
Yeah. So is it the character?
Okay, I think it's the character. It's for sure the character.
Yeah.
So I guess I shouldn't say Tom Blythe, but like
Alex.
Yes. But there are some flags. We'll get into the red flags.
We can talk about that.
There's some red flags with Steve as well. You know, come on. I mean, you know, they can't be perfect, but I think Steve the Harrington.
Okay, but he did give you the ick at the end.
He really did. I think that was part of it. I just, you can't come back from the ick, right? So
so now this guy swoops in and Alex is taking over your brain.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's so funny.
Oh, man. So funny. So that's my, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. New obsession, new celebrity crush.
Yes. Yeah. Well, but more so for the character. You know? Because, like, Joe Keery, I think is his name or whatever.
Yeah.
Meh. Steve, though. Steve Harrington.
Right. Yeah. Yes. So it's kind of the character that you fall in love with. Yeah. Which I think just shows how well he portrayed this character. Because in the book as well, Alex is a very lovable guy. Yeah. Like, even though he's very type A and very, you know, like, particular and stuff, he just has this lovable quality. Yeah. And I think this is where, you know, him and Poppy, they're so at odds with each other. But this is something we wanted to talk about, too. Like, do we actually think this couple would last past the movie? And I almost feel like you should go first, because I've heard your side of the story on
some
this.
of my thoughts.
Yeah,
I can't even remember what I was talking about, because my sister-in-law and, like, we all got together. Yeah. We were watching it, and we were talking about it afterwards. And I think, did we say at that point that they wouldn't last? Is that what it is? Yeah. And I think I still hold to that opinion. Yeah. Because even, like, I've watched it, I watched it again since that time. Mm-hmm. Or no, that was my second time. You watched it before. I had watched it before. Yeah, so that was my second time seeing it. And I think I do agree with that, where I am worried that they didn't fully know each other. I think I know, right?
Millie's worried too.
Yeah. This is a whole thing. Like, I think we need to break down a situationship as well, because this whole movie also, like, I saw so many similarities to things that I have been in, and I think that's part of it. Yeah. And it's just so hard with a situationship, and like going from that friends to more, and like, you know, it's been over 10 years since what I'm thinking about. So it's been a while. Yeah. But still, like, there were so many moments in this movie where I was like, oh my goodness, like, this reminds me of that thing. Yeah. And it's hard because I think there's this part where they're not really fully getting to know each other as people in a relationship. Like, there's still... Yeah. I don't know how to describe it. I think for this in particular, I saw that they're getting together, they're having fun, and like they kept mentioning, they're like these different people when they're going on vacation. Yeah. But what does that look like in real life? Yeah. And I think there's kind of this like, you know, happy, like the honeymoon stage of, oh yeah, let's try to make it work. But what does that really look like in real life? Right.
And I think where you're coming from, and this is what you guys had talked about, like after we had watched the movie, was just that they're so different, right? Yes. How does that translate into real life when they're so different? And this is where, because you guys were saying, like, I just don't see that working. I think I can understand from your perspective, especially as someone who has been through several situationships, why this kind of relationship would seem like, oh, I don't know about this. Like, would it actually work? The thing that I'll counter with, though, and this is what I felt like largely reading the book and then also watching the movie, is that they're like complementary colors. Okay? So,
oh my goodness. We're going back to preschool. Okay, yeah. Yes, sure.
But
I'm with you.
On the color wheel, right? There's colors that are on the opposite sides of the color wheel, and most of the time they don't go together well, right? Like, that's why they're kind of like the complementary, because they kind of clash. They're kind of opposites. Mm-hmm. But certain shades can really work together. And I feel like with Poppy and Alex, I think they're exactly what the other person needs. Yeah. And I think that even in the movie, there's this ending scene where Poppy goes up to him and is like, "You're home to me." Mm-hmm. And I think that both of them on vacation were being their more authentic selves than when they were living their real lives.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think they did know each other better than you might guess, just from, like, what you saw. But especially in the book, they dive way more into, like, their personal lives and stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
So I think that they did know each other really well. And I think by the time Poppy had her life sorted out and figured out what she wanted, Alex was, like, there and ready to be like, yes, like, be a part of my life. And for him to be like that, too, I think is testament to their relationship and their friendship that they formed. So I actually think they would last. Hot take, maybe.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I don't know. It's hard to say because I think I just needed more proof that they could communicate and they could work over some of those things. Yeah. Because sometimes, like, even for example, one of the biggest moments is at the very end. Spoiler, we already said that, so please don't shoot me now. But anyways, so at the wedding scene where this is Alex's brother's wedding, right? Yes. I couldn't remember for a moment. So at that wedding scene, they're on the dance floor. They have already shared their feelings together. Mm-hmm. And that moment where Alex is just like, so what now? And Poppy's like just enjoying a wedding. She's at a wedding. This is her time to shine for her personality type, right? Like, she's like, yeah, I want to dance. I want to have fun. Like, this is it. They only just, like, slept together the night before and, told each other their feelings the night before. Yeah. And now they're in this moment. And Alex is like, so what now? That, to me, is proof that he doesn't know her super well because I feel like he would know at that point that he needs to wait. Like, they've known each other for maybe 10 years at that point. Yeah. And it's like, okay, you can't just, for her personality type, spring that on her. She needs to be in a moment where she is thinking about the future and all of that. Yeah. And so I feel like he kind of set himself up for failure in the relationship because he's putting that on her when you could very clearly see. If I can see in an hour and a half, he should be able to know in 10 years, right? So I don't know. There's just these moments where you're just like, I don't know if they really do understand each other or understand that other personality type.
Well, and then maybe it's a question of our book Poppy and Alex still together and our movie Poppy and Alex still together. Because based on what we see of communication issues, maybe the movie version of them, maybe they wouldn't last in the real world. Yeah. I do think the book version of them, though, I think they're holding strong.
Yes. To be honest. That is a good point. Yeah. I think I would agree. Yeah. I would agree that the book version, they're together. Yeah. The movie version, maybe not so much. I don't know. Yeah. There were so many moments in this. Okay, I want us to talk about a little bit of this whole situationships thing. And when do you think was the moment for both Poppy and Alex that they were like, oh, this is more than just friends, but not willing to say anything at that point?
Yeah, I feel like that's almost a hard question to answer because, again, the book answer and the movie answer might be different. Yeah. If we're kind of sticking with the movie for a second, I feel like for her, I think she liked him pretty early on. Like, I think by the time they were going to Canada, I think she was already kind of vaguely interested, but wouldn't have admitted to herself because she was just like, oh, we're so different that I don't know about this. But I think the turning point for her in the long run was the vacation to Norway that doesn't end up happening.
Yes.
Where he comes and takes care of her instead of going on an all expenses paid vacation, because I don't think she would have done the same. And I think that's where she realizes, like, wow, he cares for me. Yeah. And so I think that might be the moment for her where she like really fell for him.
Yeah.
But I think for him it was earlier. Movie version, probably New Orleans. Like when they pretend to be a couple.
For him or for her?
For him.
Yeah.
I think. Maybe sooner. I don't know. What do you think?
Interesting. I think a lot earlier for Alex.
Yeah.
I don't think Poppy liked him that early on. But I think the moment when they're camping. And
in Canada.
In Canada, yeah. And I think for Alex, like, they're in that tent. And that's when he first suggests, like, let's meet every year. And I think it's because he's seeing this friend that he's like, I don't want to lose her. I have to make sure that there's a way that we're always together in each other's life, even if I can't have her as a girlfriend or something more.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah. So I don't know. I just think like that moment in the movie, but I also would say that moment in the book too.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Alex did really love her a lot longer than she loved him.
Yeah.
But it's interesting then when you look at their other relationships that happen over the course of the movie and book. The movie's a little different than the book in this regard. Him and Sarah don't actually get together until after he's met Poppy and like after a few things have happened between them.
Yeah.
So that's different as well, because in the movie they're already dating. Kind of when they meet.
Yeah.
So that's different. The timeline of their relationship is different. They don't actually get engaged.
Yeah. Yeah. At that trip.
On the trip. Yeah.
Yes.
So there's lots of differences there, but it's just interesting that like I think he knew he loved her, but he also knew, like, until she figures out what she wants, she'll never be the person for me, so I'm still gonna, like, go. I'm gonna date other people. Yeah. But I think, he was pining for that woman for a while, I think.
I think there's also part of it where he's wanting her to be something that she's not. Like, that's kind of... Even in the book, that was kind of what I was getting from some of those scenes, was like, he really likes her, but he's not, he wants her to be something that she can't be, which is somebody who would settle down and live in his hometown, and live like a quiet life and put down some roots, and he's wanting her to be this person, but she's just not there. Like, she just can't, because that's everything that she doesn't want. Right. And so I think there's like constantly this pull of like, he wants her to be something that she just can't. Yeah. And yes, in the end of both the book and the movie, you do kind of see where she is kind of like, oh, okay, this is what I want. Like, she just doesn't know what she wants, really. Yeah. Part of the problem.
Yeah. Well, and I think she also encourages him to step out of his shell as well, because he was going to just lay down roots in his hometown and like live there forever. Yeah. And she pulls him out of that a little bit too, because I think she knows him well enough to be like, I don't know if that's fully what you want. Right? Just like he's like, I don't think you're content traveling the world all the time and never setting down roots. She's also like, but I don't think you're
They're
content.
Pulling it out of each other for sure. Yeah. But yeah, it's hard because, you know, when you're in those friendships and you can see somebody that you're like, oh man, I really like this person. Yeah. But they're not there yet. Like, or they're not who I think that I want or whatever. And that's what kind of causes the rift. Because I think my biggest question through the whole thing is, why didn't either of them say something earlier? I know. Right? Like, there's this tension. And even with Poppy too, like, I think it ebbs and flows for both of them, but it's just never at the same time. Yeah. And so it's like, you can tell that Poppy likes him at certain points way more than at other points, and same for him. And so it's kind of interesting that, like, they're just okay with that and okay to continue on like that. Yeah. And I'm curious why that never came up.
Yeah. I don't know, honestly, because I think in a real life setting, like, that friendship would have fizzled off way sooner. Yes, and it would have never become anything, because they would have been with other people and being like, oh, okay, well, maybe going on vacation for a week together while we're dating other people isn't the best idea, right? Like,
yes, as a whole, speaking, I don't think this would be happening in real life.
I don't think this is real life setting at all. Don't watch this movie or read this book and be like, oh, this person. This
is a great idea.
Yeah, like let's just draw out a friendship for 10 years and then maybe some romance can come out of it.
Goodness.
Wouldn't recommend going that route.
No.
But as for like an entertaining movie, sure, yeah. I'll watch that. I like seeing their friendship develop. I do think, again, it's not my favorite Emily Henry story. If you haven't read, if you liked People We Meet on Vacation and you kind of got into it because you've been watching this movie, definitely read other Emily Henry books, because Funny Story, Happy Place, Book Lovers, even Beach Read, so good. So good. And honestly, the couple's more compelling.
Yeah.
In some ways.
I can't remember which one I have read. I've only read one other one, but I'll have to look at which one it was. Yeah. But I want to read some of the other ones too.
Yeah, they're really good.
I feel like I'd like them.
Yeah, she's a really great writer.
Yeah.
I really love her stuff. All right, so to end off the episode as we come to a close here, let's talk about red flags.
Oh my goodness.
Out of Poppy and Alex, what do you think? Who do you think is the bigger red flag person? I don't know.
Oh man, I don't even know. I feel like I might have to just say they're both a red flag.
Yeah.
I think, like, Poppy's personality is very much not me. So it's hard to say, like, just, like, personality-wise, like, I love hanging out with those people, but I just, like, I think it does get hard in a relationship because it comes to, like, when are you going to be real with me? Like, it has to be always, like, go, 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 and fun, and all of this, and it's like, okay, but when's the real conversation gonna happen? So I think, that's a red flag for her, in my mind, is, like, never really going to that point of having the real conversations. Yeah. Wanting it, but never getting to that point. What do you think about for her?
I don't know. I think I saw someone say, I think it was actually Emily Bader in an interview, where she was talking about how she was excited to play this character and kind of give voice to those women who are kind of just, like, really extra, so to speak. Like, really out there, just love life, kind of a little messy, maybe, like, just in how they go about things. Kind of like, she even says at the end of the movie, where she's talking to Sarah, she runs into Sarah in the airport, which is different than the book as well. But she runs into her and says, like, I'm sorry, I was really reckless or careless with everything. And I feel like, honestly, that showed character growth for one.
Yes, it did. I liked that scene.
I think it's just some of those people don't always pay attention to what their actions are doing. And so that is a red flag in some ways, but she was saying that it's nice to have a portrayal of someone like that, because that is real life. There are people like that, and you don't often see that in shows and movies and stuff.
But I think also to, like what you said, to see the character growth, because there is growth that happens. And that is, like, that is important to know, because it's like, you can't just use that for any personality type. You can't use your personality type as an excuse for how you go about living life, right? So for her to apologize and to recognize that, that was huge. Like, that's important to see.
Yeah. And I think, honestly, for him, I don't know. I think for her, red flag also is just kind of, like, being naive to the fact that Alex was in love with her. So I think she had known it for a while and kind of just chose to ignore it, which is not my favorite thing. Yeah. But for Alex, I think his red flag is just, like, not speaking up about his feelings sooner. Because I think he was just afraid that she wasn't going to like him back or something, because she was so, like, just all over the place and kind of just wanted to do all these things. But I think he should have said something sooner.
I think this brings a thought that I did want to mention too, was, like, that tent scene. I think that was where he's like, I really like this person, but I don't think she's going to like me back. Yeah. And I think this is where situationships are hard, or friendships into relationships are hard, because just as you said, he's like, I don't want it to end. Like, I want her to still be part of my life. Yeah. And the risk of saying something means that then she might not be in my life. Right. But the reality is, it's going to end either way. The friendship is going to end either way and either become a relationship or fizzle out, right? Yeah. And you can't have it both ways. Yeah. Yeah. So, him saying something sooner would have been better.
Yeah, just the fact that it went on for so long and neither of them said anything is just kind of a red flag.
Come on,
It's like,
don't drag it out.
yeah.
You wasted so much of your life.
I know. Yeah, I will say though, I love the ending of the movie where she goes like, "You're not a vacation to me, Alex.
Yes.
You're home."
Yeah.
That part really stood out to me because
Yeah.
I think she finally realized like she didn't want to go on vacations to just escape her life. Like she actually wanted to find a person who felt like home.
Yeah.
And I think that was a really beautiful way to end it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she felt like home for him too, right?
Yeah.
And she has this monologue where she's like, "I was afraid I was too much." And I think for her, that's a large reason why she never gets that connected to relationships in her life.
Yes.
Is because she doesn't.
She feels like.
Yeah, she does. She thinks she's too much, and I think you know, you're never going to be too much to the right person.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's kind of what they were trying to accomplish. And I mean, maybe we don't know if they're going to stay together afterwards.
I know.
But at the very least,
Yeah.
it's nice to see that in a movie. Yeah. And
that's
book.
very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's a mix of red flags and green flags, and
Yeah.
I don't think there's, what was the boyfriend, Trey? Was that his name? The boyfriend that was in Italy or Sicily or whatever?
I think so, maybe. I don't know. It's not coming to me.
I can't remember. But anyways, he was a red flag. No.
Yes,
His
definitely.
vibe.
Yeah, his whole vibe. Maybe he wins the biggest red flag award for this.
Yes.
Or the one who shows up on their vacation,
Yeah.
Julian.
Yeah. Okay, biggest green flag though, her boss, Poppy's boss.
Yes.
And at the very end, when she is writing her resignation letter, and then everything that her boss says, where she's just like, but then she's like, but as your friend, like,
Yeah. Love
huge green flag as a boss. Love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I do think that changed from the book to movie as well.
I think so. I don't
her boss was
remember
very
that.
understanding in the book, if I'm remembering correctly. But I loved the way. I also love that actress. Yes. She's amazing.
Oh, yes.
Anyway.
I love that.
Okay, and to kind of wrap up, what is your fave of the week, Sarah?
Oh, goodness. I will say, because we've been kind of prepping for some episodes, and I have been rewatching some New Girl, and that makes me want to rewatch the whole thing. So that would be my fave of the week, because I've been prepping for our first New Girl episode, because we're going to have many.
There's probably going to be more. There's too many relationships
There's too many
to go
things
over.
to cover.
Yeah.
But I've been rewatching that, and I will say I'm excited.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. My fave of the week, I read a book this weekend called The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I don't know if that's how you say the last name. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. Basically, the premise is like, this person has this magical apartment that transports you 7 years back in time, just into the apartment itself. And she ends up meeting someone through that, and it's really interesting.
Ooh.
Very interesting.
I feel like I'd
Would
like
recommend. Yeah.
You read it just in one weekend?
Yes. I did.
Interesting.
It was an audiobook, to be fair.
Oh, yes.
So while I was playing with my toddler, I just had it in my ear.
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, okay,
Well,
this was a good chat. Yeah. I've been looking forward to this one for a while. Talking about the movie and the book. And
definitely comment your thoughts too.
Yeah.
Like if you have differing opinions, because I know there's lots of people who love the book, who love the movie. Like, give us your hot takes, give us your opinions. Red flags, green flags.
Do you think they would be a lasting couple after the movie or after the book? Whatever. Give us your thoughts.
Let us know.
Yeah.
And we will see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode.
Please like, share, and subscribe, and feel free to leave us a review.
Share your comments on today's episode.
And join us next time for another episode of Banquet Breakdown.